eventually led me into a big arrest that was actually on the WGN news. September of 2012, September 28th, 2012. I was at a party and I was completely gone. I was with a friend and I had gave him my keys because I knew, I was like, take my keys, bro. It's one of them nights for me. You feel me? I had threw back like 3 school bus Xanax, threw them back, and I chased it with liquor at the moment that I gave him the keys. So I was like, yeah, just take my keys. I got something for us to get into. We finna get it cracking. So we go to this party, and it's so crazy because still to this day, I don't even remember the whole thing, bro. That's crazy. So I remember those parts. So we go to the party. I don't really know what was going on other than what people are telling me. So I guess like people getting wild and there are things get to happening. They got to shooting at the party and scattering and everything. And I don't know where I'm at or how I end up back with my keys. But I guess the police were in the area responding to the shots. So in the middle of all this, I'm going to my car and I hop in my car and I tried to skirt off to get away from the situation. And just so happened, it was in the cul-de-sac. And by me trying to get away, I wind up hitting a police officer on foot and he comes through the windshield of my car. So when that happened, the car stops, my head is bleeding, all this, and I'm off like a lot of drugs, a lot of liquor. So they pulled me out the car. I guess I get to going crazy. They put a spit mask on me and all this stuff. I'm talking a bunch of shit. And I wake up the next day in Montgomery Police Department, and I've been arrested before in the town for stealing, thefts, and stuff like that, and they just let me out on the I-bond. So I get locked up, and I wake up the next morning, I'm like, oh man, fuck, one of them nights again. So I tell the officer, I'm like, yo, go ahead, let me out. You know what I'm saying? It's the morning. Where my car at? He's like, bro, you ain't going nowhere. Your car in the garage, you hit an officer. I was like, come on, man, stop playing. Let me out. It's time. I gotta go. I got some shit to do today. You know what I'm saying? He like, bro, you want to see your car? So he pulled me out the cell, take me to the garage, show me my car. My jaw immediately dropped to the floor. I see all my shit back there, all my shoes that was in the car, because my parents were out of town that weekend, so I was like running around, going from here to here to here to here. That was my plan for the whole weekend. And once that happened, I was like, fuck. So all my cases before this was misdemeanors. So clearly this is a big felony case. So the officer, I'm like, so what the fuck? What am I? He was like, you got to go to the county and get a bond. I never heard these words before. So immediately, I'm like, what the fuck? Am I in trouble this time or what's going on? So that Monday, they took me to the county. They changed out all my stuff. I scanned in, do all this, and I see the judge, and he set my bond to, what was it, $250,000, $25,000 to walk. I was like, fuck. But at the same time, my parents are well off, so I was like, let me get the kid out, bro. You feel me? What's up? And years later, they ended up telling me like, yeah, we could have got you out, but you would have just fucked our money up. And
so you did end up staying?
I had to stay. Okay. I had to stay in the county. I stayed in Kane County for a whole year, fighting my case. So I wasn't taking it serious. Like, even while I was in there, I'm just being there. I never did no time in jail. This is my first time. I'm 18 years old. I go in this motherfucker. They put me to the medical unit for like a week. Then they sent me to a deck. So, I go on the deck, it's like 60 dudes in there. So I'm like, fuck, I'm in this bitch. Like, this is TV shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's still not hitting me. So my first court day roll around. I can't even remember when it happened. My first court day roll around. This is before the initial indictment. Indictment is like when they stamp you with all your cases. So they tell me what I'm being charged with. So they tell me when I heard this, they said I had an attempted murder on the peace officer. That's how they use them in court. And I'm turning around. I'm talking to my brother like, yeah. They said them words. I was like, what the fuck? So I went back to my cell. I was sick. Like I was like, damn, I'm fucked, bro. Like what I'm about to do? It's looking bad right now. So months pass. My parents give me a lawyer. Come to find out, the county hires like a high profile prosecutor to fight this case for me because I hit an officer. So like that, the county is taking this shit real serious with like this case, and people are starting to tell me this. Like, yeah, bro, people coming up to me like, "What you on the news? What you did?" What? I'm like, damn, like this shit real.
And you fighting it, going through, you know, the mental battles of that. How are you feeling in that moment?
I was like,
you were saying you still didn't really get it yet.
I wasn't getting it, but I was slowly growing into getting it, like to understand it. And I wasn't in prison this time. I was in the county. I'll let you know when it really hit me. So in the county, the whole time I spent this whole year in here, I'm thinking I'm going home still. Like the whole time, I'm thinking I'm going home. I ain't thinking I gotta go to prison or so. I'm fighting the case, but the first offer they offered me, my case is a violent case, so it's at 85%. Most cases coming out of Illinois is gonna give you a number and it's gonna be at 50%. Mine was at 85. I gotta do 85% of my time. The first offer they gave me was 10 years at 85%, meaning I have to do at least 8 years.
Wow.
At 18. So I heard this and I was just like, I couldn't grasp it, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So months passed. I'm at like a 6 or 8 month mark in the county. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling really though. Like I'm eating. They had good food in there. I was really chilling. You know what I'm saying? A couple altercations and shit, which led me into the person that I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like I needed that in my life. Really though, but I couldn't grasp the time. They came to another offer, was 8 years at 85%, and they told my attorney that they wasn't coming down off that. That's it, take that or go to trial. I couldn't beat the case at trial because I did it. I'm guilty. They pulled me out the car. You know what I'm saying? So I just couldn't sit with it. So I set for trial because my max was 15 years. That's the most that I could get with this case. 8, 10, 15, all that shit sounded the same to me. You know what I'm saying? So I set it for trial. Make a long story short, it's coming right up on like a year that I'm sitting in Kane County. I'm 19 now. You know, couple little things went down. I'm slowly, gradually turning into a better person. A little bit, not so much. But at this point, I'm still thinking that I'm going home. So, right, I set for trial. Pre-trials getting ready to come up. And after pre-trial, you can't take offers or anything. So, they told me that my lawyer wanted me to call him. It was a Friday. He's like, your lawyer wants you to call him. Pre-trial started on Monday. I called him. He said they got 4 at 85%. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to. Me, I wasn't thinking no, cause
right.
all in the time in the county, people telling you about prison. It's this, it's that, is. I'm like, fuck that. I want to go home. Right. Yeah. Fuck all that. So he say 485. I'm like, let me talk to my parents, bro. I don't know. So I called my dad right after that. I was like, yeah, Dad, they talking about 4 years at 85%. I got to do at the bare minimum 3 years and 5 months. So he was like, you know, what you think? Do you might want to consider that? You thinking like what? I was like, what you mean? I thought I was coming home. I thought we was. He was like, Kendall, like you hit an officer, bro. Like you knew what you was really doing out here. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't know everything, but at that time when I was sitting over the phone, I slowly start to think like, God probably didn't even put me in this situation because of this specific case, but I was doing a lot of shit out there. Like, I was getting into a lot of trouble, bro. I was doing a lot of shit that a lot of people I can't even speak about. So
And you felt like that was needed to slow you down.
I feel like I needed that, bro. I feel like I needed that, and I feel like that happened to me because of the stuff that I did, not what I was in there for. So talking to my dad, I wound up taking the time. I took 4 years at 85%.
And how old are you at this point?
19.
Okay, so 19, 4 years, that's what, 23?
Yep.
So, yeah, 23. You out at 23. And how you feeling? You just got the 4. I mean, it's a big drop, honestly.
When I took the time?
Looking at you, yeah.
I was like, when I took the time, everybody on the deck, you know, these dudes that been in jail, they jail niggas. You know what I'm saying? They do this. They like, oh, yeah, you got a blessing. You got it. I'm like, fuck. I got to go do this, bro. I got to go to the big leagues of, this is the NBA
you doing
of
a
jail.
Contract. You doing a contract.
I'm signing this. I'm signing my contract. This is the NBA of jail, bro. This is where the ball is at. You feel me? So.
And where is it that you're headed?
I had to go to Stateville. Anybody who watching this, who's been through the system, NRC Stateville, that's like headquarters of taking your time to going to IDOC. You gotta go through Stateville first to get to your prison, your home prison. So
this more like a holding type of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I haven't got there yet. Took my time. I was gone that following Thursday. So they threw us on the van. All the people who take their time. We going into Stateville. It's like this big ass castle of motherfucking gates. So I'm going into here. As soon as you walk in the door, you immediately hear a bunch of yelling. You see a bunch of dudes. They sit in these cages. They throw us in the cages. But when I realized this shit real.